Yankees. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Now it's down to business. CC Sabathia on the mound this afternoon, looking for his 9th win of the year. This is the lineup he will face for the Detroit Tigers, presented by BMW. Curtis Granderson at the top hit a home run here last night. Placido Polanco batting second. Miguel Cabrera at first base. Marcus Thames will be the designated hitter. Back in the lineup today for the Tigers, Maglio Ordonez. He'll be in right field. This is what he's done in his career against CC. 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. Ryan Rayburn is in left field. Brandon Idge will be at third. Gerald Laird catching a day game after a night game. He'll be behind the plate. And Adam Everett, the shortstop, will be batting in the 9th spot in the order for Detroit.
28-year-old CC Sabathia making his 20th start of the season. 8-6 record, respectable ERA at 3.86. 128 innings, 110 hits, very good hits to inning ratio. Let's take a look at the Jeep pitcher scatter report. Attacks. He attacks the zone. He retired to side in 52 innings this year. 1, 2, 3. A true workhorse, 128 innings this year, 5th in the American League. And Vampire, he's 0-3 during the game days this year with a 5.67 ERA.
Here's the pitch to Curtis Granderson, and the first pitch of the ball game is in there for a call strike. And CC, for some reason, not been able to win a day game so far this year.
And it's 7 starts. Sometimes you wonder if it becomes more of a mental thing, or actually the routine is different.
Pitch is fouled back by Granderson, and quickly he's in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes.
First time All-Star. You see that 2009, he had a ball in St. Louis. Actually was a reason why, helped the American League win for the 13th consecutive year.
And scored the winning run. Triple, scored on a sac fly. Sabathia had the 0-2 pitch, and Granderson tried to check his swing and did so. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. And what a beautiful picture it is this afternoon. The 1-2 pitch is on the way, and Granderson hits a high fly ball to right field. Nick Swisher, right fielder, calling for it, and makes the catch, and there's one out. Well, we told you it's a beautiful day. Let's take a look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. Can't be much more perfect than this. 79 degrees, 51% humidity, the wind at 13 miles per hour, and there's your forecast. Sunny and pleasant. Should be that way all the time.
Nice little breeze, beautiful day.
There's Placido Polanco. 1 out, nobody on for the Tigers. Just underway here at the stadium. And the first pitch to the Tigers' second baseman is high and away for ball 1. Polanco, you can see by the way he holds the bat, chokes up. That makes him tough to punch out. He strikes out about once every 14 at bats. And Sabathia's pitch is lined towards left center field. On the move is Johnny Damon, and he can't get it. The ball's going to roll all the way to the wall. Polanco's on his way to second. He will turn there and hold on as Melky Cabrera gets the ball back in. So a line double to the gap for Placido Polanco, and he's in scoring position for Detroit.
Well, with the day game here, I'm not sure if Johnny didn't realize that the ball was hit as hard as it was. You see the route kind of attacked the ball a little bit going towards second base, and the ball was obviously hit further than that. At the very end, realizing that his direction was off a little.
A runner at second. First hit of the ball game for Placido Polanco as Damon, with the all-out effort, cannot come up with the line drive to left center. And it'll bring up Miguel Cabrera, one of the top hitters in the league, and he takes a pitch high and away for ball 1. Cabrera's average at 322. He's 4th in the American League. Although most of his hitting has been done at Comerica Park in Detroit, he's hitting 393 at home. There's only one hitter in the league who hits better in his home park. That's Joe Mauer of the Twins. Pitch is swung on and missed. Looked like a pretty good changeup.
Well, he really has been most of the offense along with Brandon Idge for the Tigers this year. Maglio Ordonez has not been nearly Maglio Ordonez. Good changeup, as Keddy said. Normally the Tigers are a team that bang out some hits and runs. Are 11th in batting average this year.
They're not hitting as well as they did last year, but their pitching and defense has been better. That's what has them in first place in the Central. You heard the pop of the glove, but that one missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. There's Jimmy Leyland, the manager of the Detroit Tigers, who has his team in first place by 2.5 games over the Chicago White Sox in the Central Division.
Well, you said it, Kenny, and that was the biggest thing that Jim Leyland pointed to, was the fact that he's got guys in the outfield that can run it down, and their defense is tight.
And that pitch misses to Cabrera, and it's 3 balls and a strike. You know, we were talking about that last night. The Tigers made 3 errors in the game last night, but really they have improved themselves defensively. Got a little more range in the outfield. You can see Maglio Ordonez waiting for his chance to hit, standing right behind his manager. Cabrera, tough hitter, is the base open. CC comes with the 3-1 pitch, and it's high and away from ball 4. So the Tigers have 2 on with 1 out here in the first inning. Let's check out the Yankees on defense, brought to you by Mercedes.
That's one of those. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
We'll go to the defense and then you can get to it. Damon, Cabrera, and Swisher in the outfield. Rodriguez, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira in the infield. Jorge Posada doing the catching. 2 outfield assists last night for Melky, and he had 3 total this season. Where were you at?
How about that Melky Cabrera last night, kidding around the batting cage with Miguel Cabrera, saying he thought he was safe, but what a throw that was from Melky.
Yeah.
I was actually sorry for the interruption there, Ken, but I thought CC Sabathia. This is one of those intentional walks to Miguel Cabrera. You better match up with Timms, he feels.
Timms takes a breaking ball for a call strike. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Kevin Smolin, our producer.
Sorry, Kevin.
He accepted it. You know, the man is top of the line as far as production's concerned.
I know.
Yeah.
Great job here.
0-1 to count on Timms. CC deals, and this pitch is popped up. This is going to go over the Yankee dugout and back to the seat. So Timms quickly is in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Let's check out the umpiring crew. The veteran, Bob Davidson, behind home plate. Jeff Nelson at first. Mark Carlson at second, and Tim Cheetah, the crew chief, at third. When I said Bob Davidson, you started to smile.
Well, the joke about it was it was balking Bob Davidson, but last night he called a balk, and it was a legitimate balk. Phil Hughes bent his knee a little too soon and called a balk.
0-2 pitch, and that is a little bit low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Marcus Timms working on a 4-game hitting streak. He's hitting 23 of 33 games since coming off the disabled list. He cracked a rib in spring training. He's having a good July. .333 with 4 home runs. Former Yankee. One-two pitch is on the way, and he nubs it foul near home plate. Rolls towards the Tigers dugout, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Good home run rate for Marcus Timms. One of the reasons why the Tigers ended up releasing Sheffield, having to pay Sheffield's salary this year while he plays for the Mets. They wanted to give Timms more at bats and get consistent play. So far, so good.
Yeah, one thing the Tigers have done this year, and you mentioned the fact that they pitched around Miguel Cabrera, who's one of the best hitters and has been since he ever came up to the big leagues. Tigers lead the league in grounding into double plays. They've hit into 85 of them. They hit into 1 last night. Pitch to Timms. Ooh, that just missed, and the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hey, you're not supposed to be able to do that. You know, if you actually hit the ball, you can be called out. You have to have at least contact with the back line there. Yeah, Jorge Posada could call attention to that, or maybe Joe Girardi could if he hits the ball in fair territory. Pitch is fouled off. Sometimes they wait until you actually do something and then call attention to it. I don't know how they would get the. They have to go to the replay. You can't do that.
I think it. Yeah, it looks like he's back on the line. You have to have, as Ken said, you have to have some portion of your foot on the line. It looks like he's barely on it. Now these lines nowadays used to be lime, literally like a limestone, but you could see it's paint in it. Guys used to get in the box immediately, kick that back line away, especially if somebody like CC Sabathia or now Verlander for the Tigers. That's so real hard.
See, he keeps moving his foot back a little bit.
Gives him just a split second more. That's the point of it.
Swung on it, missed strike 3. A changeup got him. Sabathia with his first strikeout of the afternoon as he gets Marcus Timms.
So an assortment of speeds that Sabathia went ahead with a slow breaking ball, fastball away. Timms just off the end of the bat. Tries to go with the changeup down in the zone. Slider, he hung it in the middle of the plate. There's a little 2-seamer down the way. Changes speeds, a 4-seamer, better velocity. Timms saw all different speeds and also late movement. That was very effective.
Here's Maglio Ordonez, and he'll take a pitch high and away for ball one. Ordonez been struggling lately, 197 in his last 20 ball games. But one thing he has done this year, he's hit well with runners in scoring position for the Tigers, over 300. You can see that different look to Maglio these days. That time, ball two.
He's out of the 60s or 70s with that hairdo there. You see the scatter report, his hair. Power outage, where has it been? 4 home runs, career highs at 38 home runs in 2006, 2007, 28 home runs. Champ to platoon. Here's a guy who was a batting title champion in 2007. Now he's platooning. And this Tiger needs to roar. They absolutely need him to come close to what he was in 07 in order for this team to stay in first place in the AL Central.
Wasn't it Sampson who cut his hair and lost his power?
That's right.
Yeah. The pitch, and that is high for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes to Ordonez. Sabathia 1 pitch away from loading the bases. On deck is Ryan Rayburn, the left fielder. 21 pitches here in the first inning. More pitches out of the strike zone than in the strike zone. There's a call strike. 3-1 on Ordonez. CC lost to the Tigers April 27th in Detroit. A complete game loss. Pitched well, but lost to Justin Verlander. They're hooked up again today. Pitch is fouled at the plate, and the count is now full of 3-2. CC worked 8 innings in that game against Verlander, who went 7. The Tigers won by a score of 4-2. Verlander did not give up a run in his 7 innings, and that was the game that kind of turned his season around.
Yeah, his previous start was one of his worst against Anaheim.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. They'll be on the run on the 3-2 pitch. The runners go. The pitch is on the way, and it's hit in the air to center field. Hit fairly well, but Melky Cabrera has it measured. He makes the catch, and the Tigers leave 2 men on against CC Sabathia here in the top of the first inning. Justin Verlander headed to the mound with a powerful fastball and a good breaking ball. At the very top is going to be the Yankee captain, Derek Jeter. Johnny Damon will be in left field. Mark Teixeira in July, 304 with a couple of home runs, one of them last night, 6 runs batted in 13 ball games. Alex Rodriguez cleans up. He'll be at third base. Red hot Hideki Matsui will be in the 5th spot. He'll be the designated hitter. Jorge Posada will do the catching, followed by Robinson Cano, Nick Swisher, and Melky Cabrera in center field.
On the mound, 26-year-old Justin Verlander. What a year he's having. An all-star coming back from St. Louis, 10-4, second in the American League in wins. A very good ERA, 3.38. Let's take a look at the Jeep pitcher scatter report. AL King, strikeout king, 149. He was the major league tied with Tim Lincecum. Tim pitched last night at 10. Just incredible. Well, here's a guy who had a no-hitter in 07. He's got that kind of stuff. Sunny side up. Daytime, he's 4-1 this year with a 1.96. The complete opposite of CC Sabathia.
And we'll look at his first pitch of the ball game to Derek Jeter. Derek had a couple of hits here last night. Verlander's first pitch, a fastball hits the corner for a call strike. Jeter now with 112 hits. He's tied with teammate Robinson Cano for third in the American League in the hits. Only Ichiro and Aaron Hill have more. This pitch is high to center field, and Jeter's gaining on them. Solid single to center field to lead it off for the Yankees. Now it's time to look at the Detroit Tigers defense, brought to you by Mercedes. In the outfield from left to right, you got Rayburn in left, Granderson in center, Ordonez in right, Inge, Everett, Polanco, and Cabrera in the infield. Laird doing the catching. 3 errors last night, 47 this season, the 4th fewest in the American League. Al was talking about how the Tigers have tuned up their defense this year.
Cool, so it's not, so it doesn't melt.
First pitch to Johnny Damon is a call strike. By the way, Jeter is now 5 for 12 in his career against Verlander. Damon, yep, that number's been there for a while, sitting on 199 career home runs. Almost hit number 200 last night. Hit one off the wall in right field. That pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-1 on Johnny. Verlander 3-1 in his career against the Yankees, including that win on April the 27th. Jeter's on the move. Here's a throw to second, and it is in time. Gerald Laird. We told you last night he has the best percentage in the American League of throwing out base runners. 43% he has thrown out this year, and he adds Derek Jeter to the list.
Well, Kenny just said it. Gerald Laird was a great pickup by the Tigers. You talk about the strength of the defense.
Let's check this out. The IOTV HD Super Shot.
I thought he had a good jump. That ball just beat him.
Swing and a miss by Damon, and the count is 2-2.
The Tigers overall do a pretty good job with holding runners, pitchers, slide step, varying their times.
Damon slaps one foul over the tarp, and in the drying out tarp, I should add. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You go back to that start on April 27th. Verlander was really struggling at that point. Pitch to Damon is a little bit low, and the count is run full at 3-2. Verlander on April 27th was 0-2 with an ERA of 9. He had the second highest among major league starters at that point, and he's gone what 10-2 since then. And his pitching coach Rick Knapp said he wanted him to be intense without being tense, and it certainly worked out. 3-2 pitch, and Damon hits a hard shot, caught by Verlander, and that's out number 2. Well, it's time now for the G moment, and that came last night.
Mark Teixeira in the 7th inning off of Joel Zumaya, putting the Yankees ahead, a 3-run homer, electrifying this crowd. They were down 3-2, and that is your G moment.
Teixeira's 22nd home run of the year, and he drove in 3 runs last night and has 66 runs batted in on the season. Off-speed pitch is pulled foul. We told you last night that Teixeira in his career is a 300 hitter after the All-Star break. You can see his hits for extra bases. But since 2004, he has driven in the most runs of any player following the All-Star break. So he's been a good second half player. The Yankees are hoping for the same this year, his first year in pinstripes.
Well, most of his struggles first half has been in April in his career.
There's a pitch for a ball. 2-2.
Some guys, they don't like the cold. They don't like it takes a while getting out of spring training, whether it's respectively in Florida or Arizona. And so far in his career, he's one of those guys.
Good swing at that one. Fouled it back to the screen, and the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We talked about it briefly last night. There were second half play. You think you were a second half pitcher?
I don't know.
We can look that up. That pitch is high for a ball.
I think I was a Wednesday night pitcher. I think for a pitcher, Kenny, I don't know, maybe a hitter's different, just where you are physically during the season.
3-2 pitch is fouled straight back, and this one's going to go over our heads. We don't see that very often here.
Well, normally a pitcher coming out of spring, I think hitters are usually at a disadvantage. Most of the northern cities are cold, and the guys don't like to hit in the cold. Usually you can get off to a good start that way, pad your numbers.
3-2 pitch is on the way, and Teixeira swings at a changeup and doesn't get it. Verlander picks up a strikeout. Yankees pick up a hit, but nothing else against Justin Verlander. It's on to the second. No score here at Yankee Stadium. Which of these first-time old-timers from the Yankees' most recent dynasty are you looking forward to seeing? You can text your vote to 58772, and your choices are Chad Curtis, Dwight Gooden, Charlie Hayes, and Mike Messina. We almost get tough choices. Here's Ryan Rayburn, the left fielder for the Tigers this afternoon. And the first pitch at the top of the second is a little bit high for ball one. Rayburn in left field today. Last night it was Josh Anderson, so a bit of a platoon system in left. Rayburn draws the left-handed pitchers, right-handed hitter. Driven in 22 runs in his last 38 games. Takes a pitch for a call strike, and it evens things up at 1-1. Al, we were talking about, are you a second-half pitcher? First half of before All-Star breaks, you're 88 and 74. Pretty good. 3.96. Second half, 74 and 58 with a 3.61. Ball is pulled foul on the ground. So from these numbers, we kind of say you're pretty good in the second half.
I think it month to month, I guess.
Yeah.
But what's Kenny's number there, Ryan?
I'm about the same.
Ken's 281 first half, 283. Wow, that's real close. Consistency right there. 125 home runs first half, 121 second half.
It's postseason. Breaking ball, and Rayburn wouldn't chase. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, I thought I was better in the second half because you're making your push. You know, as a team, you're making your push for the playoffs. And I didn't like playing in cold weather.
From New York, too.
Yeah,
that's surprising.
Yeah, well, I got spoiled going to spring training every year, going down to Florida. 2-2 on Rayburn. He'll be followed by Injun Laird. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Sabathia picks up his second strikeout. Away from home and missing the game, no problem. Now Yankee fans are on the go, can watch live Yes Network games on their PCs and laptops. If you're an Optimum Online and IOTV customer, go to YesNetwork.com for more information and sign up for your subscription today. Well, Sabathia with his second strikeout will bring up Brandon Inge, Tiger All-Star. First time that Inge has made the All-Star team. The third baseman takes the first pitch high and away for ball 1. 21 home runs leads the Tigers. along with the 58 runs batted in. And he's been particularly hard on left-handed pitching, over 300 against lefties. That pitch is a strike, a knee-high strike, and it's 1-1.
Well, anytime you see a right-handed batter, what Kenny just said, those numbers usually are guys that like the ball out over plate. Left-handed pitchers generally pitch away, come in occasionally. Sabathia's got his number 152 up to this point in their careers.
Straightens him up with a fastball inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. It's interesting how some pitchers you just can't see as a hitter. You just can't seem to find the right combination. You know, when you get your one pitch to hit, you foul it off, and then you figure, well, it's not going to happen.
Certain guys, you're right, they don't pick the ball up.
2-1 pitch, and that is outside on a changeup, and it's 3-1.
Somebody asked, the question was asked to Greg Maddux. His number was retired in Atlanta. Who was the toughest batter he faced? And he said Mickey Morandini from the Phillies. Nothing against Mickey Morandini, but everybody wants, you know, was it Pujols? Is it Bonds? You know, you pick your superstar. He said no, Mickey Morandini.
3-1 pitch to Inge, and that's a ball 4. Second walk charged to CC Sabathia. 1 out, 1 on here in the second inning. Morandini, you know, he wasn't really an overswinger. He's a left-handed hitter and put the bat on the ball. Inge at first, talking to Andy Van Slyke, Gold Glove winner himself. Back in the day with the Pittsburgh Pirates, a center fielder. Here's Gerald Laird, the catcher. Laird last night was 1 for 4. And there is a called strike. There's the numbers. Morandini did do some damage against Greg Maddux.
344, 1 home run.
Yeah, he wasn't a home run hitter.
Husky, yeah.
Yeah.
Polanco, but not as big as Polanco, but kind of that approach.
Laird pops one foul and almost to the second deck and out of play. 0-2. Nice summer afternoon here at Yankee Stadium.
Beautiful.
And yeah, great crowd on hand as usual here at the big ballpark in the Bronx. It's one of those days you like to sit out, enjoy a ball game. The 0-2 pitch to Laird straightens him up with a fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. There's CC Sabathia from Northern California. Teams he liked when he was growing up. He liked both the A's and the Giants. So he would just like to go out and see ball games either side of the bay. Nice stop by Posada. No advance by Brandon Inge. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Laird. Remember Dave Berber?
Yes.
Pitcher for the Giants. That was CC's favorite pitcher.
Is that right?
Yeah, big Dave Berber.
Posada making sure that ball doesn't skip away. Keep it in front of him. I could relate to that. You know, growing up in an area where you just like baseball. I grew up down the Jersey Shore. I watched many games of the Phillies and the Yankees and the Mets. And on any given night, you can watch Gator or Kuzman or Steve Carlton.
Ground ball towards third, and it's going to be fair down the third base line. Inge turns it second and is going to hold on there as Johnny Damon comes up with it quickly. So Gerald Laird with a base hit puts 2 men on for the Tigers here in the second inning with 1 out.
See a little changeup. It ended up cutting. That ball was supposed to be going in this direction, and it ends up cutting. The hand gets to the side. CC Sabathia and Gerald Laird was able to get enough of it. Obviously didn't hit it very hard, but right inside the third base. Pulling that ball right past Alex Rodriguez. He hits that portion of the wall there, carrying toward third base, helping Johnny Damon keeping Inge at second base.
Looked like Johnny Damon knew exactly where that ball was going. He's standing in the right spot when it came off the wall. It's the advantage of knowing your home ballpark. Here's Adam Everett, the 9th place hitter. 2 on and 1 out. It seemed that Sabathia's, when he misses with a fastball, it's high and away.
Well, that was the difference in Minnesota. He pounded the zone. Every pitcher's taught to get ahead. You throw strikes and then you expand from there, whatever your out pitch. But what he did in Minnesota, he was down in the zone. His changeups were down in the zone. It's tough. It's a tough combination. Anaheim, he was up, and usually it's either you're overthrowing or you're getting in bad counts, and as a pitcher you feel like you have to put a little bit more on and not trust the changeup. Like he ended up getting Magliardonias out in front of a changeup, 3-2 count last inning.
Everett, known more for his glove than the bat, is only 4 for his last 23. Takes a pitch low for a ball. And here comes Derek Jeter trying to pump up CC Sabathia on the mound. 21 pitches out of the strike zone so far, and 20 strikes for CC.
This was a similar start to A.J. Burnett last night. A.J. struggled through 6, mostly with his command. His curveball wasn't as good as it's been in other games.
The 2-0 pitch, and Everett fouls it off, and it's 2-1. There's I should say AJ, who actually kept the Yankees in the ball game, and he didn't get credited for the win, but it was Phil Hughes, who was absolutely awesome out of the bullpen last night and picked up the win. The second time that Hughes has beaten the Tigers this year, once out of the bullpen and once as a starter. Swing and a miss, and it's strike 2. Nothing fancy about that.
Nope.
See if you can hit it.
95, number 9 hole hitter, Adam Everett. Here it is, hit it. As Kenny said, that ball is middle of the plate. Being aggressive here.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And now it is a full count.
Not only did CC Sabathia, like many of the players in baseball, if they're not in the All-Star game, get the 4 days off, or actually, yeah, 4 days, Monday through Thursday. But also your routine during that period of time is different.
Runners go. The pitch is popped up. Short center field. Melky Cabrera is there. Inge is going to scramble to get back to second. He does, and there are 2 outs. So Jimmy Leyland, even with the 9th place hitter at the plate, starts up the runners, trying to get something going against Sabathia and the Yankees early in the ball game. Now there are 2 out, and the lineup's going to turn over as Curtis Granderson will come to the plate. Inge takes off, but realizes going to have to retreat. Head back towards second on the fly ball to center. Third base coach Gene Lamont said, "Hey, turn around, go back." Gino, one-time manager himself.
Pirates, White Sox.
Granderson fouls the first pitch off. Granderson flew out to right field, 0 for 1. And this is last night.
Fastball, middle of the plate, up, coming off the triple in the All-Star game, feeling good about himself. Not a prototypical leadoff hitter. Strikes out a little too much for a leadoff guy and has power.
That was his 19th home run last night. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Granderson has had trouble against lefties. He's under 200 against left-handed pitching. 256 overall. But you got to be careful with him. Young man from Chicago. CC ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Ball gets by Posada. Is going to go all the way back to the screen, and the runners are going to move up on the wild pitch. So Inge will move to third. Laird goes down to second. And now they are both in scoring position.
Well, the pit, he ended up shaking off Posada, and as a pitcher, I know you feel like, okay, if I'm going against what the catcher just called, I want to make sure that if I throw this slider, watch this, slider down the way, that's a 58-footer almost in the right-handed batter's box. And there's that little doubt where you say, okay, he called fastball in or whatever the combination that Posada wanted. I shook to get to the slider. I better make sure this is off the plate.
The 1-2 pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Granderson wouldn't bite. For every pitch thrown early in the ball game, it takes away from what you might have in the tank later on. This is the 50th pitch coming up for CC. And he misses, and the count is full at 3-2. He had Granderson in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. 25 balls, 25 strikes. Working way too hard early in the ball game. Dave Island hopefully he can get on track. The 3-2 pitch is on the way, and it's swung on and missed. Strike 3. He got Granderson. So for the second straight inning, the Tigers leave 2 men on base against CC Sabathia. Picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game as Granderson headed back to the dugout.
When you want it.
There's a look at the final out at the top of the second. Curtis Granderson, a lengthy at bat, but he's headed back to the dugout as CC strikes him out. Here we go to the bottom of the second. Alex Rodriguez is going to lead it off for the Yankees. And he takes the first pitch from Justin Verlander, a breaking ball in there for a called strike. No score. Good pitching matchup. Justin Verlander against CC Sabathia. Sinking fastball at 96 miles an hour, and it misses. A ball and a strike on A-Rod. A-Rod has played in 59 games and driven in 50 runs. That's what he's done against Detroit. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. One thing about Verlander, he doesn't waste much time out there. Gets the ball back and is ready to go.
Sign of a confident, good pitcher.
2-2.
You mentioned Rick Knapp. Rick Knapp was a longtime minor league pitching coordinator for the Twins, and what the Tigers tried to do, there's Rick Knapp, tried to find a pitching coach that was really about pounding the zone and throwing strikes. Sounds obvious. That's kind of the mantra of the Twins organization.
A-Rod, little blooper down the right field line, and this is going to bounce foul.
And they do it as well as anybody. Rick Anderson is the big league pitching coach there. So they got a guy. And what Rick Knapp, and I know Kenny, you mentioned it earlier, was trying to get Verlander to just be more focused and in the moment. And he's changed his routine this year. Here was a guy that was kind of the pitching coach, Rick Knapp, kind of said, look, channel your energy to that pitch. And now Verlander, they say, you know, the guys that cover the team, he's got headset on game day. When he gets on the bus, it's all about, you know, hey, battle. And it's not battle when 105 or 7:05 when the game starts. It's the whole day. And he's really transformed or helped transform Verlander's approach and routine from the time he gets up.
3-2 pitch, and A-Rod hits a ground ball to short. Adam Everett on the backhand, throws across the diamond. Nice play by Everett to throw out Alex Rodriguez. We told you that's why the Tigers got Everett. Tighten up their defense, and this is an example. Well,
and I think along with Everett, also Gerald Laird, we saw what he did with throwing the runner out. This is a solid play. He has done that to solidify this defense. Actually, overall, Brandon Inge is now solid at third base, maybe Gold Glove caliber. when they brought over Miguel Cabrera, they had him at third base, and Carlos Guillen was first, and everybody was kind of out of position. They have a strong defense, diamond-wise, up the middle now.
Here is Hideki Matsui. And he takes a pitch for a call strike. Hideki's hitting 10 of his last 12. And he's hitting over 400 for the month of July. In fact, the whole Yankee team is hitting 303 this month. Good swing, and he fouled it back, and it's 0-2. In fact, I talked to Kevin Long, the hitting coach, and well, I was semi-congratulating him. I know there's a long way to go in the season, but told him first team to 500 runs. Yankees got to 500 runs last night, right on the nose. On Teixeira's 3-run homer that won the ball game. Matsui takes high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Matsui will be followed by Posada.
And the late inning heroics that the Yankees have shown, and it really says a lot, not only for the hitters to believe in themselves, but as a pitching staff and what the bullpen has done for the Yankees. You have to obviously be close. You have to have guys late in the game throwing up goose eggs and getting some zeros to keep the offense, as potent as the Yankee offense is, have them an opportunity to win the game.
And there was last night's winner, Phil Hughes.
He was nearly perfect.
2-2 pitch to Matsui, and he's late on a fastball and lines it foul just beyond the Tiger dugout. Hideki is 10 for his last 26. Had a couple of hits here last night. Off-speed pitch. Verlander's showing him just about everything. Tomorrow's starters brought to you by Verizon Fios, over 100 HD channels and the fastest internet. This is Fios. This is big. Another all-star on the mound for the Tigers in Edwin Jackson, and Jabba Chamberlain gets his first start following the all-star break. Coverage begins at 1:30 right here on Yes. Matsui takes outside. And of course, we hope you join us at 11:30. Got our Old Timers Day special. It's always special. Old Timers Day here at the stadium.
They're the only team, I guess, right? The Yankees now. Used to a few years ago, a few teams would try it.
Matsui, a little late, fouls this one off. The count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, I think the Yankees are the only team that traditionally does the Old Timers Day. There are other teams that might have a celebration of a pennant or a world championship, and they bring back the players, say, from 20 years or 10 years ago. But the Yankees, well, they've won so many. It's always some sort of anniversary around here. 26-time world champions. 3-2 pitch, and Matsui hits it fairly hard on the ground to Polanco at second. 2 up and 2 down for the Yankees here in the second inning. The Yankees are trying to make Verlander work here. Each of the last 4 batters have seen at least 7 pitches.
That's typical of a Yankee lineup. Wear them down.
Here's Posada. Another Yankee who's hit well this month. We're a little bit better than halfway through the month, and Jorge's hitting .333 in July. And that's what he's done against the Tigers in his career. There's a lot of hitters that hated to leave Tiger Stadium.
The old Tiger Stadium. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
now,
right. It's Comerica.
Yeah, now it's Comerica Park.
Especially right field.
Oh, what a place to hit.
You probably had a good time there.
Yeah. That pitch is in there for a strike. I think it was the first American League Park I ever played in. 0-2 on Posada here. Opening day. Jim Palmer, 3-hit shutout.
Did you bump your head on the dugout?
No, but that was Palmer's first of 25 complete games that year. That doesn't happen anymore.
25 complete games?
That he threw that year.
That's a career now.
The 0-2 pitch, and Posada takes call, strike 3. So Verlander dispatches the Yankees quickly here in the second. 1-2-3. It's on to the third inning. We got no score here in the Bronx. The Yankees and the Detroit Tigers. A ceremonial first pitch, but I haven't seen many that had a break on it like this one. Look at that pitch by David Cohn. Of course, it was 10 years ago today that David, along with Joe Girardi, authored a perfect game here at the stadium, or across the street at the stadium. And look who's joining us right now, and no stranger to the Yes booth, certainly, David Cohn. And how honored am I, sitting next to one pitcher who threw a no-hitter and another one who threw a perfect game.
We got him surrounded.
I'll get on the other side.
Here's Polanco with a count of no balls and a strike, and he swings it. It's a little roller. Going to be a tough play for Cano. Gloves it, throws it, and Polanco is out number one. Nice play by Robinson Cano. Let's go to the Modell scoreboard, the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees. And it is no score here. And David, I want to ask you, sometimes pitchers, when they warm up prior to the game, they feel like they either don't have it or they really have it. What did you feel like that day?
I felt very happy-go-lucky because it was Yogi Berra Day, and I watched Yogi riding around in a convertible all day around the warning track. And I remember just laughing watching Yogi. I was so happy to see Yogi back in the house. Everybody was thrilled for Yogi. He was in the clubhouse before the game, and just a wonderful day. I remember not even thinking about my warm-up, just watching Yogi.
Cabrera takes a pitch for a call strike. Now, at what point in the game did you realize you had extra good stuff?
I knew probably after there was a rain delay in the fourth inning, and then when I came back, I got a real quick fifth inning, and then I started to think about it. And then the crowd picked up on it. And of course, when you do something like that at Yankee Stadium, the crowd lets you know what's going on, and every two-strike chant, they really got into it.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cabrera, and he tried to check the swing because the Yankees do not get the call. It's a ball and a strike. Now, was there any hesitation about coming back following the rain delay? I know it was only about a half hour or so.
Yeah, the fact that it was only about a half hour really saved me, although it was a really hot, humid day, and that helped me at that point in my career. I was 36 years old, and the hot weather really helped me a lot, and my arm stayed pretty loose.
1-1 pitch to the dangerous Miguel Cabrera, and that misses the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike.
10 years later, what's the first thing you sit here? Obviously, a new stadium, but is there some? What's the first thing you say? Wow, the perfect game is what?
Yeah, it's just remarkable. The further removed I get from it now, the more I appreciate it, because fans come up to me and talk to me about where they were during the 9th inning of that day 10 years ago today.
And of course, there were 400,000 people in the stands by now, right?
You hear a lot. I was there. I was at the game. And you wonder. But the stories mean more to me than anything. And I know I say that a lot, but it really does. I've had people come to me today in the stadium and say, I was 10 years old. I was at the beach, and my dad and I crowded around a car radio to listen to the 9th inning. And those stories mean more to me than anything. And that's why I say, the further removed I get to it, I hear more of those stories. It makes me appreciate it more.
There's call strike 2, and now full count of Cabrera. Now you're looking forward to Old Timers Day tomorrow. You've got Larson and Yogi Berra here tomorrow too.
It's going to be a big day. First Old Timers Day in the new Yankee Stadium, and we've got our own locker room here.
Wow.
They prepared ahead, so we've got our own locker room. We don't have to take over the home clubhouse like what they used to do, as you know. Some of the old timers coming in the old Yankee Stadium clubhouse.
Here's the payoff pitch, and Cabrera hits a slow roller towards third. It's going to be a foul ball. They thought of everything in this place, didn't they?
They left no stone unturned here. I mean, if you think about it, there's so much here to do. There's so many attractions, and it's a wonderful feel to the place. I think the more games the Yankees get under their belt this year, the better everybody feels about this place and getting used to the new park. And just a great experience here, and a full crowd today. Just a great day.
Well, the Yankees are kind of turning this place into a home field advantage. They are 27-16 in this ballpark this year, so they have played very well at home. And they have a pretty good road record, too.
Yeah, don't leave early. Stay for the latter innings.
3-2 pitch is a little looper, and it's going to drop into right field for a base hit. This guy, Cabrera, has faced the Yankees in 14 ball games now. He's got a hit in every game. Let's go back 10 years ago. David Cohn on the mound across the street at the old Yankee Stadium. And that's Orlando Cabrera at the plate. And were you happy the last one was a pop-up?
I was happy. I tell you what, you talk about relief. You get to get that close out. You know what that feeling's like in the 9th inning, and you kind of have those. You're talking yourself into it. You can do this, get it done, and then there's that little doubt in the back of your mind. Don't blow it. Don't hang it.
Now that was before Boomers.
That was right after Boomers. Boomers did hit in '98, and then I followed up in '99.
You had a great career. Would you pinpoint that as your biggest moment?
Timms hits a ground ball to short. This could be 2. Jeter to Cano for 1. On to Teixeira. Keep that thought. Here's a double play at the end of the inning. David will join us in the bottom of the 3rd. Still no score here at Yankee Stadium. Modell scoreboard. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees. There's no score. It's going to be the bottom third of the order for the Yankees. Cano, Swisher, and Cabrera against Justin Verlander. And David, you can see two good pitchers on the mound today. You think of matchups back to your day? Was there any pitcher you didn't like to match up against?
Well, I tell you what, in 1998, I don't think anybody wanted to match up with Oral Hershiser when he was breaking down Drysdale's scoreless inning streak. He was as tough as anybody in any stretch. That was 6 straight shutouts in 1988.
Here's Cano's got a 9-game hitting streak, and the pitch from Verlander, bouncing ball towards short for Adam Everett. Gloves it, throws it, 1 pitch in, 1 out. Fans joining us, David Cohen. It was 10 years ago today that David, across the street of the old Yankee Stadium, threw a perfect game against the Montreal Expos. Of course, the Expos have since moved on to Washington, but they still take that along with their history. They're having David thrown a perfect game against them. David, I'll tell you a story about that particular day. I wasn't working that day. I was actually taking the train up from Maryland. And when I got to Penn Station in New York, a guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, Ken, David Cohen pitched a perfect game today." And I said, "Oh, yeah, right." So I got to the hotel, turned on the TV, and sure enough, and then I started to get angry because I missed that game. I didn't work it. There's a look at the old stadium, and of course, a lot of history over there. And it appears that the Yankees are going to bring some of that history across the street. There's a swing and a miss by Swisher.
Well, to finish my question, your biggest moment?
Well, I mean, from a personal standpoint, as I said, 10 years later, obviously so many people remember that moment, and I'm thankful to have that moment. I certainly enjoy sharing World Series championships with my teammates. I would still put that at the top of the list, but when you get remembered or you have a defining moment that fans remember you for 10 years later, that's pretty remarkable.
I think the World Series championships, and we've all played on World Series teams, defines you as a winning type baseball player, and that's a good legacy to have. But on personal level, when you throw no hitters in perfect games, people are going to tell you where you were, where they were on that particular day, watching you. I don't think you're aware of how you touch people until after you've retired. The Swisher strikes out.
Yeah, that's so true, Kenny. People will not let me forget it, and I'm so thankful for that. And as you said, your story you just told about the Penn Station and hearing it and finding out later, and I wish every player could have that feeling or that kind of a defining moment in their career. You certainly had several in your career, Al, and I think you know what I'm talking about. And I feel today especially very thankful to the Yankees for having this day. And you look at those numbers up on the board there and all those World Series championships in 98, 99, and 2000, 3 straight years. Pretty remarkable. And then you throw in 96 for 4 out of 5. That just doesn't get any better than that. When you look up at the history of the Yankees and know you're part of that.
Keep all those rings in a safe deposit box.
And you mentioned it, the longer you get away from it in 10 years, and before you know it, we'll all be older, and you look back and you become more reminiscent and sentimental, and you're right, the more stories come to you.
Why do you look at me when you say older?
I didn't look at you. Yeah, you appreciate more. There's no doubt about it.
Well, you appreciate the things you were able to do as a younger man. Melky hits a fly ball to center field. That's not going to get that far as Everett's going to make the catch. And the Yankees go quietly here in the third. We want to thank David Cohen for being with us. David, congratulations. Thanks for the memories, and we'll see you soon back in the Yes booth. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.
No score. We're headed to the Top of the fourth, Maglio Ordonez, the Tiger right fielder, is going to lead off against CC Sabathia. No score here at Yankee Stadium. And Ordonez takes one upstairs for ball one. CC Sabathia and Justin Verlander hooked up in a scoreless duel as we go to the fourth. And this is kind of what we expected, Al. Two pretty good pitchers.
Well, the last inning, CC settled down. Got the big double play to make it a 10-pitch inning. His pitch count was getting up there.
Well, the double play certainly helped. Ground ball to short as Jeter started a 6-4-3 double play to get CC out of trouble in the third inning. Count is a ball and a strike on Maglio Ordonez. Pitch is high, ball two. Ordonez now finds himself in a platoon situation with Clete Thomas. Thomas, who we saw last night, drew a couple of walks and has a strong throwing arm in right field. Maybe a little more range than Ordonez. The 2-1 pitch is on the way from CC Sabathia. And it's outside, ball three.
You know, I wonder for you, Ken, as a pitcher, you could see the stuff. You could see a guy go from 95 to 88 miles an hour. Maglio's 35 years old. He's getting up there, but he's not 40.
Yeah.
At what point do you start saying, hey, you know, is this just an aberration or is this the decline?
And he takes a leadoff walk here. I think for me personally, if I go back to when I thought I was starting to lose it, I just was fouling pitches off that I used to be able to hit. And I always told myself I was not going to stick around and bounce from team to team. 66 pitches for CC Sabathia. The pitch count is going up. So I just felt like, you know, it's time. Let's move on. Do something else. I had my worst year, and I just said I'm not going to try and come back. That's it. Here's Ryan Rayburn, who struck out in the second inning. Sabathia deals, and the ball gets away from Posada, and Ordonez will scoot down to second base. Let's see how they score that one.
Well, he can't be crossed up. I think it was just a single sign. That was a pass ball.
Yeah, that ball did not bounce in the dirt. Pass ball charged to Posada, and it moves Ordonez into scoring position with nobody out. One ball and no strikes on Ryan Rayburn, the Tiger left fielder. Ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Rayburn actually started the year in the minor leagues at Toledo.
Part of the platoon. You mentioned Maglio in right field with Clete Thomas, and you got, gosh, Adams Anderson in left. And there's certain guys, you know, where they are good in a roll situation.
Ball is fouled off to the right.
And in need of, or maybe it's good for them to not have to face every single, you know, tough right-hander and get the right matchups that are in line. Put you in position of success.
Rayburn was hitting pretty well at the AAA level, playing for the Toledo Mudhens. Bouncing ball right back to Sabathia. He checks Ordonez, now throws the first for the out, so Rayburn does not advance the runner. The Toledo Mudhens, they've been around a long time.
Remember that old stadium? Well, most all minor league cities now have great stadiums.
Let's go to the New York State Smokers Quick Line quiz for the afternoon as we get a break here in the top of the fourth. On this day in 1987, Don Mattingly hits a home run in his 8th consecutive game, tying a major league record. Off whom did he hit it? It's a good question. I know what team he hit it against, and I know where he hit it. I'm trying to think of the pitcher. We'll have the answer for you in the bottom half of the inning.
I think I was there for that. That was it. I had to have been. I was with the Yankees. I think it was the. Was it today?
No, it wasn't today. It was
no,
1987.
87 today.
Yeah. Here's Brandon Inge, and the pitch misses inside for ball one. Only 22 years ago, Al. See, you were there, huh?
87. I was up with the Yanks. First year.
Swing and a miss. Hinge looked like a changeup, had him out in front. And it's a ball and a strike. It's amazing how time flies, isn't it?
Isn't it, right?
Oh, my goodness.
What year did you retire?
Me? I was gone by 87, 84.
84.
Yeah. Playing the back nine now. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's pop foul back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes.
Well, similar to A.J. Burnett last night, CC struggling with his command. Of the 16 batters faced so far, he's gotten ahead, strike 1, 7 of the 16. Not a great ratio.
Yeah, when he walked Ordonez to lead off the inning here, it's the first time he's done that in 8 starts. Walked the leadoff hitter in an inning. Certainly you don't want to open the door for a pretty good hitting Tiger team. And Inge is hit by a pitch. And he's headed down to first base with 1 out. So 2 on and 1 out now. Brandon Inge stands fairly close to the plate. He took this one, looked like off the tricep. That couldn't have felt good.
We see they step forward. A lot of times hitters just aren't in position to be able to get out of the way. Now granted, CC is a hard thrower, 94 plus miles per hour. You only have less than a half a second at 90 miles an hour for a pitcher to throw the ball from the mound to home plate.
I'll tell you what, Inge has been hit 10 times this year.
He's a little bit of a diver. Dives toward home plate. Gets locked up on his front leg.
I'd tell you what, they weren't going to hit me 10 times in a year.
Were you off the plate?
Yeah, a lot off the plate. I wanted the ball out over the plate. I made it look like the outside corner was open. Here's Laird. Laird had a base hit his first time. Takes a pitch high for a ball. Slapped a single down to third base line by A-Rod. That was in the 2nd inning. Yankees have hit a major league leading 45 batters this year. Ground ball to short. This could be 2. Jeter to Cano for 1. On to the Shara, and there's your double play. For the 2nd straight inning, CC Sabathia gets out of trouble on a double play started by the Yankee captain. Neatly turned by the Yankees. The Tigers do not score here in the 4th. Ball game this afternoon at the stadium. We told you it was a beautiful day for a game.
Where are those seats, Kenny?
Michael, well, you know they got to be good seats. I mean, the man is used to sitting right up here. Michael Kay and friends enjoying the ball game. Michael will be back for Old Timers Day tomorrow.
How about that?
Oh, right behind Mick Kelleher. Not bad. Derek Jeter's going to lead it off for the Yankees. He must know somebody.
Where are your seats when you come sit?
Me?
Yeah.
In my theater room at home.
We got the Yunkers.
1 strike to Jeter. Jeter had a base hit to lead it off for the Yankees, but was thrown out stealing. That's where I sit, up there.
They're empty.
Jeter with his 2nd hit of the afternoon. He is now 2 for 2. Verlander had faced only 9 Yankees through 3 innings because Jeter was thrown out stealing in the first.
Well, what do you say about a guy as hot as Derek Jeter? You got a slider middle of the plate. Does what Derek Jeter's done for years. Good swing, just solid, consistent approach every time.
Jeter down with 114 hits on the year. His 35th multi-hit game. Johnny Damon takes a pitch for a call strike. Ichiro leads the league with 131 hits. Aaron Hill and Derek Jeter are now tied with 114 for 2nd place. And now he is also 6 for 13 against a pretty good pitcher in Justin Verlander. Pitch is pulled foul by Damon. And the count is 0-2. Damon hit a line drive that was snared by Verlander in the first inning. Looked like it was headed for center field. You get the sense that the crowd's ready to let go here.
Starting to feel it.
Yeah, they're starting to feel something here. Throw to first, and Jeter gets back. Verlander 10-4 this year, but he's 6-0 at home, 4-4 on the road. He hasn't been quite as successful on the road. His ERA is near 5 on the road, under 1.4 at home.
Well, that's a pitcher-friendly park, America. Big outfield.
See if the Yankees continue to be aggressive here. See if Jeter decides to go again. Damon hits a fly ball to left field. Rayburn came in, now moving back. You can see the effect of the sun on his sunglasses there, and there's 1 out. Let's go to our New York State Smokers Quick Line quiz, and we'll give him the answer right now. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the question was, on this day in 1987, that was 1987. Now, Don Mattingly hits a home run in his 8th consecutive game, tying a major league record. Of whom did he hit it? Somebody for the Texas Rangers. It was Jose Guzman. Look out. Teixeira takes one inside as Verlander puts him in the spin cycle. And that is ball 1. Jose Guzman now does Spanish radio for the Texas Rangers.
He was able to get out of the way of that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
There is a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Teixeira was a strikeout victim in the first inning. Verlander has struck out 3 without a walk so far in the game. Ball is fouled off. But Verlander can reach back for a little extra. That was 97 miles an hour with some movement.
You said it. There's 97, and then there's late movement. You look at Zumaya last night. The Tigers ended up putting him on the disabled list. He's got a sore shoulder. I don't think he threw a ball under 96 miles an hour.
Ball 3 balls and a strike. How do you throw 96 with a sore shoulder?
He hit some 98s. I don't know. I never could throw 90 that hard anyway. There are guys where you'll hear that they have sore arm or shoulder, elbow, and they'll still be able to find it. And it's really a matter of changing your arm angle and changing the way you throw.
Ball 4, and the Yankees have 2 on with 1 out here in the 4th. First walk allowed by Justin Verlander. Things are starting to get a little dicey for the Tigers here in the 4th inning. And you saw Jimmy Leland. He is actually trying to get the attention of the catcher, Gerald Laird, and I think it's a reminder to the infielders, be alert. He's getting some signs here.
Well, I think they were given for out of double steal, or if there's some movement, which base to throw to. Obviously, Alex Rodriguez isn't going to bunt here.
There will be an inquiry if he does. 2 on, 1 out. Best chance for the Yankees so far this afternoon. A-Rod hits a little bloop for the right field. But Ordonez holding his ground, is going to make the catch for the out, gets the ball back in. Jeter's going to stay at second base, and there are now 2 outs. A-Rod now 0 for 2. And that will leave it up to Hideki Matsui. And with Justin Verlander and tomorrow's pitcher for the Tigers, Edwin Jackson. Tigers have 2 all-star pitchers going in the final 2 games of this series. And it's the first time the Detroit Tigers have had multiple pitchers on the all-star team since 1985. They had 3 pitchers on the all-star team. Pitch to Matsui. Breaking ball, a little high for ball 1.
Well, I think Edwin Jackson, the trade that Dave Dombrowski and the Tigers made, I think that's the best move in the winter.
Of any team?
Matt Joyce, yeah. Matt Joyce is a nice player, but what Edwin Jackson did for the Rays last year, getting them to the World Series, and now.
Matsui fouls it back 1-1. I should mention those pitchers that the Tigers had. They had 3: Willie Hernandez, Jack Morris, and Dan Petrie. And take my word for it, those guys were tough to hit. Matsui has driven in 13 runs in his last 11 games. He's got an RBI opportunity here. As we mentioned, the best opportunity for the Yankees thus far in the game against Justin Verlander. The 1-1 pitch, and Matsui takes high for a ball, 2-1. Good fastball. On occasion, Petrie could be just as nasty as Jack Morris.
It's a little sinker, hit a funky delivery.
Yeah, a little, almost straight over the top, hard breaking ball. Matsui checks his swing, and the count goes to 3-1. They want an appeal, and Tim Cheetah says, no, he didn't swing. And
oh, look at that! You see an umpire do that?
Never.
He was saying his body was kind of getting out of the way. Ooh, I don't know about that.
Nah, his body turned, but the bat didn't.
No.
That's what he was saying. Matsui can pick and choose here. 3 balls and a strike. And he pops it up. Fastball got in on him. Brandon Inge coming down the third base line in foul territory makes the catch, and that's it for the Yankees. Here in the 4th inning, they leave 2 men on against Justin Verlander. It's on to the 5th. We got no score here at the stadium. Yankee Stadium, no score. We go to the 5th inning on our Lexus scoreboard. Tigers have 3 hits. The Yankees have 2. Adam Everett's going to lead it off for Detroit here in the 5th inning against CC Sabathia. Everett's a pretty good bunter. A-Rod, respecting that, is about even with the bag at 3rd. And the first pitch is low and away for ball 1. Everett bats in the 9th spot. Then it's on to the top of the order. Curtis Granderson and Placido Polanco for the Tigers here in the 5th. There's a call strike, and it's 1-1. Sabathia is yet to retire the side in order. He has 52 innings like that. 1, 2, 3 innings. Second in the American League to Josh Beckett, who's turned the trick 53 times. Paul is hit foul. Tough souvenir. Ball and 2 strikes on Adam Everett.
You mentioned Adam Everett, solid player offensively, not going to be overwhelming, but the importance of how teams are now gearing more toward defense.
Breaking ball is low and inside.
You know, maybe the post Mitchell report era where you know teams are starting to recognize that less home runs, more situational hitting, speed, defense. Certainly the Tigers have done that. You listen to some of the Texas Rangers pitching staff. They say their defense is better.
2-2 pitch to Everett, and that's high and away on an off-speed pitch. And I think you're right, Al. You're starting to see managers manage a little differently now that a few more stolen bases. The hit and run. Although there are certain teams that have power. The Yankees leading along with Texas, up there in home runs. It's a home run hitting team, veteran hitters. But you got to find other ways to score. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Strike 3. A 3-2 changeup strikes out Everett. New York Yankees are proud to introduce Hope Week, a unique week-long community initiative to help others persevere and excel. Each day from Monday, July 20th through Friday, July 24th, Yankee players will reach out to inspirational individuals, families, and organizations. Daily celebrations will culminate at Yankee Stadium, and outreach will often take place away from the ballpark. For more information on Hope Week, please visit Yankees.com. Get involved. Give hope. It's certainly
That's great.
charitable endeavor by the ball club. Granderson tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it off.
Well, I thought at the All-Star game that they had tributes to all of the people who were selected in each respective 30 city for those who give back in various causes and charitable endeavors. The presidents, unprecedented, all the living presidents talking about it. What a moment.
I'll tell you, the whole All-Star celebration was just wonderful this year. Here's Granderson. He swings and fouls another pitch off. It's 0-2. And it all culminated in the American League winning again. Granderson scored the winning run following a triple.
And then Adam Jones, Orioles.
It's kind of appropriate that Granderson hit a triple. I think since 2006 or 7, he's got the most triples. Playing a lot in Comerica Park as he lifts a fly ball in the air to short left field. Coming on is Damon. Still coming on is there and makes the catch for out number 2. Ken Singleton and Al Leiter, the left-handers, with me today. No score here in the top half of the 5th inning.
And the switch hitter, Ken.
Got a left-hander on the mound and a left-hander in the booth.
Settling down, CC.
And
trying to keep that pitch count down, right? Now in a day of pitch counts.
Well, he's looking for his first 1, 2, 3 inning. He's got Polanco up there, who's doubled. That double came in the first inning, then he grounded the second, so he's 1 for 2. From the windup, and the pitch hits the inside corner for a call strike. Sabathia trying to win number 9 on the year. Verlander, his opponent today, trying to win number 11. Polanco takes one outside, and the count evens at a ball and a strike.
That's a combination there. You saw Polanco kind of sizing him up. He got a good fastball, called strike inside corner from Bob Davidson. Then he came back with that little changeup down the way. Hard in, soft away.
A ball and 2 strikes now as Polanco's late on a fastball.
A lot of times it's the effect of throwing a changeup. Now, if you have a great changeup that's unhittable, like Johan Santana and Pedro Martinez and Cass, and then that's plus. But you could just by throwing it for the hitter to be out in front and see it. Then you miss with a fastball in the zone. They're late.
Let's see what happens here. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the hole. A-Rod closes it up, throws the first, and there's the 1-2-3 inning for CC Sabathia. 53rd time this season he has set down the order. 1-2-3. It's on to the bottom of the 5th inning. No score. Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World, and by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. All quiet in the Yankee bullpen. Yankees batting here in the bottom half of the 5th inning against Justin Verlander. So far the Yankees have touched him up for 2 hits. Derek Jeter has both of them. And it'll bring up Jorge Posada. Posada was called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. Verlander deals, and pitches in there for a call strike.
Well, it looks like both pitchers have settled down here, and it's going to come down to that who's going to make a mistake type game.
You mean one swing of the bat could be the difference?
I believe that. You know, leading up to here, Verlander a little bit sharper than CC, but the last couple innings, CC settled down, got a couple key double plays.
Posada takes high.
And you think of that when you go in as a starter and you know who you're facing, you realize, okay, my lineup, my guys are going to have a tough time scoring based on what that respective starter has done. And you take it into, okay, I realize that I can't make that mistake, because if a walk and a mistake out over the plate to a guy can hit out of the park isn't just 2 runs, it's a loss.
Little blooper off the hands, and this is headed for the shortstop Everett, who makes the catch for out number 1. Well, we talked about Verlander's ability to get people out, and I guess you can do it no better than pitch a no-hitter, and Verlander has certainly done that. When you take a look back, this is against the Milwaukee Brewers. Verlander, June 12th, 2007. You see some awkward swings there. That is the final out. A fly ball to Magglio Ordonez, and Justin Verlander no-hit the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's Cano, and he'll take a pitch for a call strike.
Verlander, 2004 draft. He was the 2nd overall pick out of Old Dominion from Virginia. 1st round pick by the Tigers.
That is high for a ball. Complete game, no hits, no runs, 4 walks, and 12 strikeouts. First Tiger no-hitter since Jack Morris in 1984. This pitch is fouled off, and it was first at Comerica Park, so that'll never change. Always had the first no-hitter there. And Verlander.
Well, there are a few guys where you know around baseball that every time he gets on the pitcher's mound, you say he's got no-hit stuff. You know, that's a plus. Fastball, great out pitch. and how they have their ability to actually read bats and see what's going on. Now, I think that's what's happened with Verlander, is that he's more aware. And as you grow into being more comfortable as a major leaguer, you start seeing things differently. Game slows down. Your blinders are off.
Breaking ball in on the hands of Cano, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we talked about Verlander's ability to strike people out. He leads the league in strikeouts. The Tigers have had 6 pitchers finish the season as the league leader in strikeouts, and the last being Jack Morris, again in '83. You got some names like Mickey Lolich, Jim Bunning, Virgil Fire Trucks, and Hal Newhouser. Cano fouls another pitch off. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans, this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent. That's written consent of the New York Yankees. 2-2 on Cano, and he swings and misses strike 3, a running fastball, and that is strikeout number 4 for Justin Verlander.
His previous fastballs were little cutters, and he kept going in on Robinson Cano. And you see the emergency hack. Robinson Cano, as a result of those 2 or 3 fastballs in, he fought him off, he fouled him off. Just flailed at that. Excellent pitch, good movement.
On our Lexus scoreboard, not much happening. Only 5 hits in the game. The Tigers have the extra hit, or have the odd one. Here's Nick Swisher, who struck out in the 3rd inning. And that one must have been just a little bit high for ball 1, 98 miles an hour.
This is a type of guy I think I would step out on him. Once you get a guy locked in rhythm-wise.
Popped up, short left field. Coming on is Rayburn. You can see the effects of the sun, and he makes the catch, and the Yankees go quietly here in the 5th inning. Justin Verlander is now over 2 ball games, pitched 12 consecutive shutout innings against the New York Yankees. Is brought to you in part by your tri-state area Audi dealers. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. On to the 6th inning, and Miguel Cabrera is going to lead it off, and the first pitch is a breaking ball in there for a call strike. The numbers on CC, as you can see, as Al mentioned, he's gotten stronger as the game has gone on. He's up to 90 pitches, but he has kept the Tigers off the scoreboard. Fastball is high, and it's a ball and a strike on Cabrera. Last time up, Cabrera had a single to right field. And in 14 games he's played against the Yankees, in his career he's had at least 1 hit in every game. Next pitch is foul off. Prior to the game, around the batting cage, we were talking to Cabrera, and Brian Cashman, the Yankee GM, was also speaking, and he said that the Yankees like Cabrera a lot. You know, he was signed as a free agent, but the Florida Marlins liked him a little bit more than the Yankees, so they offered him some more money. And it was interesting to hear that Brian Cashman said that they missed on him, Cabrera. They also missed on Felix Hernandez, who got a better deal from Seattle than the Yankees were willing to give. Pitch is popped up to the right side. Cano drifting back into short right field, and there's one out. And Jesus Montero, also from Venezuela, the Yankees were not going to miss on him, and he's playing lights out at Double-A. Tomorrow, join the Yankees as they celebrate the inaugural season of Yankee Stadium in the glorious history with Old Timers Day, presented by Zales. Come see your favorite Yankee legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Be sure to arrive early for Old Timers Day, presented by Zales, as ceremonies begin at 11:45 with the Yankee game against the Tigers to follow. So one out, and Marcus Thames takes a pitch for a ball.
But with scouting the way it is now international, I think at some point they've included Puerto Rico, and I know they're different countries, but at some point, just to level the playing field, I think baseball has got to figure out a way to include everybody in a draft. I don't know how you do it, but to have some guys that are able to negotiate with whomever as free agents, and then you have obviously the drafted players here in the States and Puerto Rico,
who get to negotiate with one team.
That's right.
Ground ball towards, it's going to be a tough play for Jeter on the back end from the outfield grass, and it's not in time. Marcus Thames, by an eyelash, is safe at first base with one down. That was from short left field.
Well, you see, Derek Jeter fields this ball, as Kenny said, from short left field. He's out on the grass, so I imagine knowing the runner and Derek maybe just trying to get a little better angle, just safe.
You know, I think one reason why A-Rod wasn't there, because he's kind of guarding the line. And you can see the throw is just a hair late to get Thames. This start thinking about a base hit here. This is for all these work, folks. And I think the foot just got down in time. So he's on with one out. It brings up Maglio Ordonez, who's flied to center and drawn a base on balls. Curve hits the corner. Call strike one. You're talking about the draft.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about it, and I don't know if it could ever happen, but I just think if there's a draft and you have players that are not able to just choose where they go, you know, picking any team as a free agent amateur, I just don't think it's balanced. It's unfair. I think everybody should be included.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. By the way, Montero this year started the year at Tampa. Was hitting .356 in 48 games with 8 home runs and 37 runs batted in. That'll get you a promotion. He's at Double-A Trenton. Right now he's hit .295 in 30 games with 5 home runs and 17 more runs batted in. So 13 homers this year for Montero. Pitch is hit down the right field line on an 0-2 pitch, and it's a fair ball into the corner. Thames has turned at second. He's headed for third. Ordonez is going into second with a double, and the Tigers have runners at second and third with one out. Maglio Ordonez has made a pretty good living of hitting the ball the other way during his career, and he rips a double to the corner on an 0-2 pitch.
Well, you see the ball is cutting a little bit for CC Sabathia. The ball was enough of the plate, didn't run away. Sometimes a four-seamer, you want a true straight pitch that stays on the outside corner. You see just on the inside from the foul line of right field. Watch the ball go middle, a little too much of the outer third of the plate there. And on an 0-2 pitch, you want it to be in a better location than that.
Well, let's see how the Yankees play defensively. They're going to keep the infield back with Ryan Rayburn at the plate. Rayburn has struck out and grounded back to the pitcher. Here's the Tigers' best opportunity to score. They've got a man at third base. Only the second time in the game that's happened. Swing and a miss, strike one. Al, you mentioned last night, certain times you need a strikeout.
And AJ and CC are certainly those type of pitchers that possess strikeout stuff. You're thinking that, no doubt about it, Kenny. You're thinking somewhere infield pop up right now until you get to 2 strikes, and you want to bury it for strike 3.
Next pitch will be number 100 for CC. Ball Ball is popped up, and this is going to drift back into the seats, and it's 0-2 as Sabathia jumps ahead on the count. They're starting to stir around in the Yankee bullpen. We'll see if anybody gets up and begins to throw. Savas comes out of the bullpen and into the sunlight, and he's going to start warming up. Posada out to the mound with a verbal cue for Sabathia on an 0-2 pitch to Ryan Rayburn, who so far today has not hit the ball very hard.
CC can't be mindful of he's going to get a breaking ball. He's going to bury it in the dirt. You have to trust that Posada's going to at least keep it in front of him. Get a chance to strike him out, expand his own.
Fastball is high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. 97 miles an hour. CC has thrown 100 or more pitches in 16 of his 20 starts. And go back to your scouting report. He is a workhorse.
07, 08, 503 innings, and that was including with a couple postseason appearances.
Rayburn pops it up. This is into short left field. Derek Jeter going back. Johnny David coming in. Thames is tagged at third, but he's not going to go. Ball was not deep enough. CC Sabathia gets Rayburn to pop up to short left field. And there are 2 down. Rayburn does not get the job done, and that brings a cheer from the crowd here at Yankee Stadium. But not quite out of the woods yet. 2 on and 2 out, and Brandon Inge coming to the plate. Inge has walked and been hit by a pitch. He does not have an official at bat today. High and away with the fastball. Ball 1.
For all the years CC was with the Indians, the most history is Magglio Ordonez 59 at bats coming into today, and also Inge, who was 46 at bats, 152 batting average. Brandon Inge against CC in his career, and that went down. Well, no, he didn't. Doesn't have a bat with it hit by pitch.
Ball is popped up. It's Cano who makes the catch, and Sabathia gets the job done. With 1 out, the Tigers had runners at second and third, and then it was a fly to short left field and then a pop up at second. Still no score here at Yankee Stadium. Today's Toyota text poll. Once again, the question is, Which of these first-time old-timers from the Yankees' most recent dynasty are you looking forward to seeing? Let's see how you voted here. 84% are looking forward to seeing Moose back at the stadium.
The old-timer retired last year.
On a 21 season. Melky Cabrera spanks one to the left side. Everett throwing on the run, and Cabrera is down. 1 pitch and 1 out. So 84% of the people want to see Moose.
Not far away, right?
Yeah. Finished with 270 victories.
Is Moose 48?
I think he's knocking on the door. I've stepped through that door. Yeah, I think in December he turned 40. Here's Derek Jeter. Yankees have 2 hits. Derek has both of them. He's been hot in this month. His average has now jumped to 327. Came into today hitting 407 in the month of July.
He's talking to himself because normally Derek's very aggressive. He's up there to swing. If he gets a good pitch he likes, he's gonna go for it.
That was a fastball right there.
Yep.
Verlander says, take this hook. Take this hook and like it. And it's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. Jeter chased one in the dirt and is thrown out to complete the put out. Strike out, 2-3 on the put out. Wow. He was a quiet pitching powerhouse, affectionately known as Moose. Now the Emmy Award-winning series Yankeeography profiles the life and career of Mike Messina, a 5-time All-Star and 7-time Gold Glover. It's the premiere of Yankeeography. Mike Messina, Monday night at 11, only on Yes. That was the 5th strikeout for Verlander as he drops a curveball in on Johnny Damon for strike 1.
Just getting ahead. That last about the Derek got his only pitch, first pitch, fastball, great curveball, change up to finish him off. He is in a groove right now, Justin Verlander.
Fastball wasted upstairs. And a ball and 2 strikes on Johnny Damon. Damon's lined out and flied out, 0 for 2. This one's going to make the seats. I mean, Verlander's not only working, he's in the attack mode, isn't he?
He missed with the location there. See if Gerald Laird, a couple pitches he gave Verlander something else. He shook him off. He wanted to pound inside around his hands. You get a pitcher 0-2, 1-2 most at bats. They're feeling good about themselves.
Ball is drilled towards right field. Does it have enough? This one's off the bottom of the wall. Damon's headed to second, and he's in with a 2-out double. The 3rd hit for the Yankees in the ballgame. Their first extra base hit against Justin Verlander.
Johnny getting this breaking ball. See it hanging up just enough. Wanting that pitch away. Out on his front foot. Johnny does so often. That's in his swing. Got too much topspin. Get underneath a little bit. Get some backspin. That's a home run.
Well, the Yankees win an opportunity. Verlander had retired 7 consecutive Yankees, and now Mark Teixeira comes to the plate. So far, no contact afternoon. A strikeout and a walk. Just the 2nd time the Yankees have put a runner on second base in the game. Inside, ball 1. Jeter got to second base in the 4th inning. Breaking ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. It'll be interesting to see how Verlander works to Teixeira here. Teixeira, of course, got the big hit last night, a 3-run home run in the 7th inning. That turned around a 3-2 deficit. 85 pitches, thus far for Justin Verlander. He goes with the breaking ball. 2-1.
Well, he struck him out on a 3-2 changeup early on, and Verlander's not afraid, obviously, at a 2-0 count, even with Alex Rodriguez on deck, to throw his whole arsenal. If it means his off-speed pitch in a fastball count, he does it.
See if he comes back with another hook. Fastball is high. 3 balls and a strike. Now, he threw a breaking ball 2-0. I know you always want to look for a fastball. You don't want to get beat on a fastball. With the base open here and the way Teixeira has been swinging the bat, he's leading the Yankees in RBI. I think I would look and have breaking ball on my mind. I've already seen it 2-0. Will he throw it again 3-1? No, fastball. Look out. The bat gets away and into the seats. And we hope that everybody's okay. It appears to be that way. Here's another look. That's why you got to keep your eye on the game. Balls and bats will fly into the stands from time to time. That young man turned into bat day for him.
Game bat. How cool is that?
Teixeira's got a new one. And the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now we'll see what Verlander has up his sleeve. Damon's at second with 2 outs, representing the go-ahead run. 3-2 pitch. Called. Strike 3 on a fastball.
100 miles an hour.
That's reaching back for a little extra. Verlander strikes out. Mark Teixeira to end the 6th inning. It's on to the 7th. Still no score at the stadium. Pageantry of the 63rd annual Old Timers Day Special presented by Lincoln Mercury. See some of your all-time favorite Yankees back in action. And after the Yankees close out this series against the Tigers, it all starts tomorrow morning at 11:30 on Yes. Hope you'll be with us. Hope you're enjoying this one. No score on to the 7th inning. Gerald Laird, the catcher, will lead off against Sabathia. And the first pitch at the top of the 7th is in there for a call strike.
Moose got the nod for that, doesn't he? He's got 3 innings, I think they said.
The 3.
3 innings for Moose. He's been practicing over in Williamsport.
You should have pretty good control. It hasn't been that long ago.
Still good stuff, I'm sure.
The 0-1 pitch, and that is inside for a ball. I think he's been coaching his sons Little League. Aceves is up in the bullpen, so at a moment's notice, he should be ready.
Well, we know Hughes isn't available. 40 pitches last night.
Sabathia over 100, but he's got 8, 9, and 1 here in the top of the 7th. Ball is popped up, and this is going to get onto the top and then bouncing into the seats, top of the Yankee dugout. And Laird's in the hole 0-2. Laird today has singled, and he also wrapped into a double play. Sabathia's actually helped himself out with a couple of DP balls, one to end the third inning, and the one that Laird hit into in the fourth. A 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. One hop for Derek Jeter. Straightens up, throws him out. One down in the seventh. Now the number 9 hitter, Adam Everett, who's flied to center and struck out. CC, by the way, has struck out 4 this afternoon. Has walked a couple. Has walked 3, to be exact. Offenses have been shut down for the most part. Tigers with 5 hits, the Yankees with 3.
As advertised.
Outside ball 1 to Everett.
So the battle of the bullpens. That's what it's going to come down to.
A 109. Bouncing ball foul. CC's season high as far as pitches in a game. You have to go all the way back to June 11th. Threw 123 at Fenway Park against the Red Sox. Ball hit, line drive at Derek Jeter for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. And that'll turn it over to Curtis Granderson, who is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Flied to right, struck out, flied to left.
Good visit from Posada, knowing that, assuming that CC gets out of this inning, this could be his last batter. Will be his last batter if he gets out of it. Bear down. Hey, we'll make sure we do the right thing. Obviously, left-hander has some pop. Where you want to go, stay away from the barrel of the bat.
Nice breaking ball to the corner for call strike 1. When you're a pitcher in this situation, you know what's up. You know, you just pitched a heck of a ball game, and you know it could be your last man, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got this figured out.
And you feel it.
Yeah.
But you also want to, you want to respect the fact that short porch to right. You want to stay away. Generally, you'll see closer mentality for closers or late inning guys, obviously with the lead, that they are very mindful of not wanting to come inside. A lot of closers will stay away because of that. It's easier to spin and turn and pull the ball than it would to be to go opposite field, obviously. Both pitches, breaking balls down the way. He's coming in.
Ball hit on the ground to second for Cano, and CC Sabathia is going to close down the Tigers 1-2-3 here in the top of the 7th. It's on to the 7th inning stretch here at the stadium, but first we're going to stay right here and listen to God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise?
Thanks once again, Bob, for the update from Fenway Park here at Yankee Stadium. It's on to the bottom of the 7th. The crowd settling back into their seats following the 7th inning stretch. No score. Justin Verlander against CC Sabathia. Here's Alex Rodriguez, and the first pitch is outside, ball 1. Alex has grabbed it to short, flied out to short right. He's 0 for 2. Both these pitchers been able to reach back for a little extra when needed. This pitch is fouled off, and it's a ball and a strike on Rodriguez. Will be followed by Matsui and Posada here in the 7th. 91 pitches, still not too many. The ball strike ratio is very good for Verlander. A-Rod hits one well to right field. Going back is the right fielder Ordonez to the wall. Looks up. This one is gone. A home run for Alex Rodriguez, and the Yankees lead 1-0. For A-Rod, his 18th home run of the year.
Well, here it is, a mistake. I guess you call it a mistake. 97 miles an hour, outside part of the plate. Verlander's hoping that it's not far enough. Right to the wall. Miguel Ordonez watching it. Gets set. Strong.
Yeah, there's a smile on his face. He knew that pitch was in the middle of the plate. Matsui takes a pitch down low for a ball. You know, in Detroit, that might have gotten out too. Detroit's kind of shallow to right field. But that one gives the Yankees a lead, 1-0. Matsui takes a fastball high, 2 balls and no strikes. Sometimes you got to be the right man at the right time.
See the ball leak just a little bit over the middle.
Matsui hits a fly ball to left field. This is Rayburn. Drifting in, makes the catch, and there is 1 out. Last night it was Teixeira who gave the Yankees the lead in the 7th inning. This afternoon it's A-Rod who gives the Yankees the lead in the 7th.
Foot down, hands, head on the ball. Nice. Strong. Good swing.
1-0.
1-0.
Here's Posada. Struck out and popped up. He's 0 for 2. Posada hits a high fly ball to center field for Granderson, who flips down the glasses and makes the catch for out number 2. Well, Verlander blinks first. Gives up the home run over the short porch in right field, and it cost him with a home run to Alex Rodriguez. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Mercedes, well, he's warmed up a couple of times. Look like he's ready. Yeah. Here's Cano. Cano is grounded out, struck out. He's 0 for 2. First pitch, call strike. It's just a matter if it had enough. Sometimes those big, strong hitters, they fool themselves. They don't think they got it, but they really did. Ball is hit on the ground over the head of the pitcher and into center field for a base hit. Robinson Cano stretches a hitting streak to 10 consecutive games with a 2-out single here in the 7th inning.
Well, that's a good approach for Robbie. This ball is running away from him, not trying to do a whole lot. As soon as Verlander saw it was directly over his head, knew that Adam Everett wouldn't have a shot at it. Hit hard enough. But the good approach, staying on it, going up the middle as opposed to pulling off a ball that's running away from you at 95 miles an hour.
Here's Swisher. Swisher has struck out and flied out. Breaking ball, misses, ball 1. You know, in games like this one where both pitchers are dealing a tight ball game, it's not a bad thing. You know, you want your big guys up with men on base. It's not a bad thing to have your power hitters leading off an inning. 99 pitches thus far for Verlander. Next will be 100, of course. That's outside for a ball. It's not a bad thing to have your power guy leading off. The pitcher doesn't want to walk him. And that might have been the reason why location was off and in the middle of the plate. Wanted to make a better pitch than that. but he knows he had to get the ball over. Throw the first, and Cano just scampers back ahead of the tag.
No, that's a good point, Kenny, because obviously if runners on base, there's stuff happening, you have the middle lineup guy, a great hitter at Alex Rodriguez, you'd be more inclined to say, okay, I don't want to let a base hit beat me here and still continue to laser on the corner.
Swisher hits one in the air to left field, slicing away from Rayburn. It's going to drop in, a fair ball. Cano around second. He's on his way to third. Swisher's in the second. The throw is not in time. Swisher has himself a double with 2 outs. A slicing double off the bat of Nick Swisher.
Just off the end of the bat. It's just a matter of keeping it fair. Going it into left field. Rayburn seeing that he didn't have a shot at Robinson Cano in third. Good hit. It wasn't off the end. Just stayed with it. Ball running away.
Tell you what, Rayburn showed a strong arm, didn't he?
Yeah, he realized right there. Swisher at the very end. Polanco getting that ball in the back end of it.
So the Yankees have now out-hit the Tigers 6-5. The Yankees with 3 hits in this inning. A home run, a single, and a double. And Melky Cabrera has a chance as pitching coach Rick Knapp is back to the bench. There's Bobby C. warming up. And that's Brandon Lyons, a right-hander. Melky with a chance to add to a 1-0 lead with 2 outs here in the 7th. And the first pitch from Verlander is downstairs for ball 1. Melky's got himself a 5-game hitting streak on the line. Fouls one off. And it's a ball and a strike. He's popped out, grounded out, 0 for 2.
Well, he's come through a lot for the Yankees, especially the late inning heroics. This would be nice added insurance runs right here.
A little cushion. Late on another pitch. Half of Melky's 34 runs batted in have come from the 7th inning or later.
It's impressive.
Here's Cano at third. And you got Swisher at second. Pitch is high for a ball.
Impressive, assuming that most of those RBIs aren't in blowout situations, which they're not, because there's been some walk-offs. And this is the time when pitchers have to make the pitch. Obviously, the game's on the line. The toughest at bats.
2-2 pitch on the way, and Melky slices it foul. There is Brett Gardner. You figure that at this point he might go in defensively. I mean, he's going to go in the game defensively later on, and it'd be a good chance for him to pinch run for Swisher here. Get a little bit more speed at second. Melky with a weak swing, but fouled it off.
Hit that out of Gerald Laird's glove on Tim.
99 miles an hour with a fastball.
Ooh, cross up. See Laird looked like he was looking for off speed.
They just had a meeting about 10 feet in front of the home plate area. Verlander working from the windup. Maybe that's the reason why they're not going with a pinch runner, because Swisher can get a pretty good lead on the windup. Melky slow roll. It could be a tough play for Everett. Throwing on the run, and it's not in time. Melky Cabrera beats it out. Cano scores, and it's now a 2-0 lead. Melky comes through again. An infield single drives in a run.
Well, he fought off all those fastballs. This ball was up enough, and he hugged the grass. The grass slowed it down enough right between Nick Swisher's legs. Everett realizing Melky with enough speed. Oh, it was closer than I thought.
Well, you think he had a chance to be out? Well, Melky said he was safe.
Well, he was safe. The umpire called him safe. Hustling down the line. Bang, bang play.
Verlander's 20th pitch of the inning coming up to Derek Jeter. First time he has thrown as many as 20 in an inning today. Jeter is 2 for 3, a couple of singles and a strikeout. Swings and hits a line drive to first base, and that's going to close it out for the Yankees here in the 7th inning. But they pick up 2 runs on 4 hits, including a leadoff home run here in the 7th by Alex Rodriguez that gave the Yankees the lead. It's on to the 8th inning. The Yankees lead 2-0. Over drive of the game. We just saw it.
We did. Leading off, Justin Verlander is going to come down to a mistake. You hate to say that a 97-mile-an-hour pitch outside corner, just enough to get out of the reach of Magglio Ordonez, and that was the Land Rover drive of the game.
And that was A-Rod's 18th home run of the year, the 571st of his career. His call of the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. Your world delivers. Joe Girardi goes to the bullpen and comes out with Alfredo Aceves. And while Aceves is warming up, they're working on the mound here. Remember, there was a lot of rain here last night, and that's Dan Cunningham. And it looks like Jimmy Leyland's not happy with something that's going on the field. He's talking to Bob Davidson and Tim Cheatham, the 2 veteran umpires of the crew, and he's getting a little animated. Well, whatever it is, it seems to have been resolved, and Leyland's heading back to the dugout. Hey fans, today and throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're allowing you to vote along with your Yankee announcers for the Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 58772. And here are your choices for this afternoon's ball game here at Yankee Stadium. The choices are Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, CC Sabathia, and Justin Verlander. And we'll let you know who is the Chevy Player of the Game in just a little while. While they're working on the mound, Aceves is throwing on flat ground to Jorge Posada.
Well, what happens as a reliever, you come in and the respective starting pitchers have their own hole where they make it. Sabathia being as tall as he is in a certain spot, and then Verlander. And as the reliever, you come in. Now, if your landing foot is between those 2 holes, which is probably what it was, it becomes dangerous. You could land in the middle of it and sprain an ankle or alter your mechanics.
Because one's a left-hander and one's a right-hander? Yeah.
Or just where you actually land as the game goes on. I mean, it's a problem at some stadiums. But I would think that Aceves was probably landing somewhere in between Verlander and CC's landing foot.
Well, fans, stick around for the WB Mason postgame with Bob Lorenz for in-depth analysis and highlights from this game and the rest of baseball. Plus, Kim Jones talks to the team in the clubhouse. It's the Emmy Award-winning WB Mason postgame only on YES. Was it the ground crew didn't have enough to do last night? You know, in the heavy rains, getting the tarp on the field, then back off it. There was a rain delay of just under an hour, and then getting the field back in shape as the Yankees finished off a 5-3 victory in the opening game of this series. And now working on the mound for Aceves.
We talked about that last night about these new stadiums with the tremendous new turf and the drainage, the way the water just sucks out of there. And once upon a time, a rain like last night would possibly have been delayed or longer or canceled
or game over.
Yeah.
Aceves is a reliever this season. Is 5-1 with a 2.02 ERA. 40 innings, 30 hits, 8 walks, and 34 strikeouts. Those are his overall numbers. He's been in 22 ball games this season. Made an emergency start for the Yankees in Minnesota. They got a no decision. The Yankees came back and won the game. He'll face Polanco, Cabrera, and Thames here in the 8th inning.
Well, Girardi has a lot of confidence in Aceves, as he should. And various roles. You mentioned emergency start. He could be a middle guy or set up or right up to the 8th inning, and Girardi feels comfortable using him in any role.
Polanco's had a double in 3 trips against CC Sabathia. Now CC gives way to Alfredo Aceves, and the first pitch is a call strike. 91 miles an hour, matches the number on his back.
For Rodman, right?
Yeah,
he's a Rodman fan. Basketball player Dennis Rodman.
I'm a fan of Dennis Rodman. Ball is popped up into the air to right field. Should be an easy play for Nick Swisher. Comes in, settles underneath it, and makes the catch for 1 out. Phil Koch getting to warm up in the Yankee pen. I don't really see any left-handers in the Tiger lineup except for Granderson.
Unless he gets to Ordonez and pinch hits. Would he do that?
That's a possibility. You know, sometimes you warm up a lefty to keep those left-handed hitters on the bench too. Here's Cabrera, and a breaking ball misses inside for ball 1. Cabrera is 1 for 2 with a walk. It was interesting. You were talking to Joe prior to the game, Joe Girardi, the Yankee manager, and he said Aceves is good against left-handed batters because of his changeup. Does Bob Davidson call a ball on Aceves? I think he did for going to his mouth, although Aceves says he wiped his cheek. And here comes Joe Girardi. And Davidson said he actually went to his mouth, which you're not allowed to do on the mound. And he called the ball on him. So it's 2 balls and no strikes on Miguel Cabrera. Aceves said he wiped his cheek. Either way, it's going to be 2-0. To get to wipe, go to your mouth, you have to walk off the surface of the mound, the dirt portion. There's a pitch for a call strike, and it's now 2-1. Ever happened to you, Ryan? Let's see what happens here.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did. Bob Davidson saw it and said, yep, you can't do that. 2-1 pitch. Ball is rolled foul. Count levels off at 2-2 on Cabrera. Well, it's not a balk today, but it's well, we have visual evidence.
You know what? Sometimes it just becomes habit. I mean, there obviously Bob Davidson did the right thing. You're not allowed, as Kenny said, to put your fingers in your mouth.
2 balls and 2 strikes. It's not a good habit to have anyway. He's swinging and miss on the changeup, and that is strike 3. So Cabrera is gone. There are 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Well, you mentioned about the Girardi feeling comfortable against left-handers. This is a changeup, and unusual that right-handers to right-handed batters would throw a changeup as well as lefty to lefty. And he has that kind of movement and trust in that pitch. Excellent pitch.
Savas retires the first two Tigers, and that'll bring up Marcus Thames, who's 1 for 3 with a single. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Strike one. 2-0 Yankees. They scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th against Justin Verlander. One on a home run by Alex Rodriguez, and the other on an infield single by Melky Cabrera to break a scoreless tie. Ball is hit well to left field. Going back is Johnny Damon to the warning track near the wall. And this one is gone. A home run for Marcus Thames, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. Thames' 10th home run of the season.
Well, how big is that Melky Cabrera single beating it out last inning now? Obviously 2-1 ball game. So Cutter, middle of the plate, thought it was off the end of the bat enough, but just kept drifting and drifting. Saw the way Johnny Damon went after it, kept drifting back.
Here's Maglio Ordonez, who's 1 for 2 with a double. And a breaking ball misses inside for ball one. Marcus Thames, who missed the early part of the season with a cracked rib. Comes back with a vengeance. That pitch is outside, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Hit hard, but foul. Two balls and a strike on Ordonez. Former Yankee Marcus Thames now has 98 career home runs. Outside for a ball, and it's 3 balls and a strike on Ordonez. Phil Cole continues to throw in the Yankee bullpen. Swing and a miss. Count is now full, 3-2. The new look, Maglio Ordonez against Alfredo Aceves. And the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Aceves hits the outside corner, and that's it for the Tigers here at the top of the 8th inning. Marcus Thames brings the Tigers within 1 run with his 10th home run of the season. At the end of 7.5 here at the stadium, it's 2-1 Yankees. You're not out of luck. Now Yankee fans on the go can watch live Yes Network games on their PCs and laptops. If you're an Optimum Online and an IOTV customer, go to yesnetwork.com to get more information and sign up for your subscription today. Detroit Tigers have gone to the bullpen. Justin Verlander out of the game. Bobby C., a left-hander, veteran left-hander out of the pen, comes on. He gets Johnny Damon, Mark Teixeira, and Alex Rodriguez here in the 8th inning. Bobby C., who once was a Tampa Bay Devil Ray. Of course, now they're the Rays, but this is what he's done this season. He's been busy. Been in 40 games. Been productive out of the bullpen for the Tigers. The 1-0 pitch to Damon's in there for a call strike. Damon has done pretty well against C. 4 for 11. That's 364. Two balls and a strike.
Bobby C. was one of those signs that didn't get his contract and became a free agent. Tampa was able to sign him for a big signing bonus because of it. We were talking earlier about the draft and who's eligible and who's not as far as free agents and draft eligible.
Fly ball hit well to left field. Going back is Rayburn. Turns at the warning track and makes the catch for 1 out. Damon gave it a ride, but now is 1 for 4 in the afternoon with a double. Mariano Rivera warming up in the bullpen for the Yankees. Got the save here last night. Picked up his 24th save of the season. Here's Teixeira. Teixeira has a no contact afternoon. Struck out, walked, struck out again. Now batting right-handed against the left-hander C. And takes a pitch for a call strike. We talked about Bobby C. He's been very effective out of the bullpen for Jimmy Leland and the Tigers. He has not allowed a run since May the 28th. Wow. So Leland does not hesitate to call the number of Bobby C. And he's answered. It pitches low for a ball.
He's done a solid job the last few years. Getting settled in. Sometimes, especially left-handers, it takes a little while to feel comfortable.
I think when he first came up, they weren't sure whether he was a starter or a reliever.
And getting comfortable in a certain city with a certain manager.
Ball was hit hard and just foul off the bat of Teixeira. That's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, Brandon Lyon, who was their free agent signed, he helped solidify the bullpen along with Bobby C. And Ryan Perry, who just took the place of Joel Zumaya, went on the disabled list, but Fernando Rodney's back. And
Rodney's having a good year.
Yeah, pretty formidable, especially late in the game type arms.
1-2 on Teixeira. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He has struck out for the 3rd time this afternoon. Well, now it's time for the play of the game, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on your car insurance.
In the 7th inning off Justin Verlander, Alex Rodriguez gets enough to get it out of the ballpark here. His 18th. He's now 2 shy of Harmon Killebrew on the all-time home run list.
Well, A-Rod's homers have come in big spots this season. 14 of his 18 home runs have come when the run differential between the Yankees and their opponents was 2 runs or less. There's a pitch for a call strike. A-Rod doesn't believe it. And just 2 behind Harmon Killebrew for 9th place on the all-time home run list. He was almost 1 behind him. That was a good swing, but the count is 0-2.
Well, it shows you approach here. This ball is away. Now Alex looked like he was trying to get some clearance for the ball inside. Laird was setting up on the inside part of the plate. That location was better location as far as on the plate than it was the one he hit it out to right field.
Alex in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. C delivers. And there is called strike 3, and that's going to do it for the Yankees here in the 8th inning. Bobby C. comes in and sets the Yankees down in order, picks up a couple of strikeouts along the way. It's on to the 9th inning. The Tigers have to face Mo one more time. By you, the fans, and today's announcer team. And it is
CC Sabathia. Early on, his pitch count was up, and he wasn't as sharp. And as the game went along, he did get sharper, better changeup. Started dotting his fastball. Of the 7 innings, he had a 1-2-3 inning into 3rd, 5th, and 7th inning. Big double play there by Gerald Laird. So far in line for his 9th win if the Yankees can hold on here.
So CC Sabathia, our Chevy player of the game, and now the Tigers going to face Mariano Rivera. Got a save here in last night's game. This will be his 38th appearance of the year. 1-2, 2.37, 43 strikeouts, only 3 walks in 38 innings. That's amazing. Mo's last 11 appearances, 11 in the 3rd innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and 11 strikeouts. We'll first Ryan Rayburn, Brandon Edge, and Gerald Laird, the scheduled hitters for the Tigers here in the 9th inning. 2-1, the Yankees lead it. Rayburn is 0 for 3 and takes the first pitch in there for a call strike.
Front door cutter. Generally, hitters will try to get into counts off of closers, but you saw the 3 walks. He throws strikes, so you got to be aggressive as a hitter facing Mo.
And the 0-1 pitch. Check the swing, and it's just inside. A ball on a strike, and appealed at first. No swing, says Jeff Nelson. Rayburn, this is the first time he's ever had an at bat against Mariano Rivera. Tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it off. Another thing about Mariano, he is an excellent fielder. If you're going to lay down a bunt on it, it better be a good one.
In that case right there, Alex Rodriguez was playing back the whole time, so Rayburn's saying, okay, if I just force a slow grounder to 3rd base, that's a base hit. Obviously easier said than done.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Rayburn. Two balls and 2 strikes. Cutter upstairs.
Everybody talk about Mariano Rivera with that great cutter. He's evolved from the cutter away to the righty, in on the lefty. So now as you see this Rayburn at bat, everything has been inside. He's able to control it in and out.
Pitch is popped up, and Mark Teixeira coming over for a look. Does he have room? No, this is out of play. Ball falls into the camera bay. Jackson and Brett Tomko, right-handers warming up in the Yankee pen. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rayburn is gone. 1 out here in the 9th inning.
He doesn't throw one ball down the middle. This is a cutter inside corner, gets a strike, establishes in his zone. Now that's a two-seam sinker that you don't see often. Throws another two-seamer in. Posada wants it up and in, hits the glove. He wants it inside, bites it off. Now he's conscious inside, his patented cutter away. That is perfect.
Here is Brandon Inge. He was walked and been hit by a pitch and popped up. Tiger third baseman is 0 for 1. Over the outside corner for a call strike. Inge with a look at the Bob Davidson. When he misses, he doesn't miss by much. It's 1-1. You know, over the years, Al, I don't know if you agree with me, Mariano's ability to repeat his delivery over and over again. It's just like his arm slot is locked in. And that's part of having the great control. 1-1 pitch, hit on the ground. Derek Jeter on the backhand, in the air, throws the first, and it is in time for the out. A sparkling defensive play by the Yankee captain at shortstop. And the Tigers are now down to their last out.
Wow, similar play. Marcus Thames was able to beat it out. This is a great play that have the strength that Derek Jeter has. Look how far he is in short left field, pirouette in the air, strong throw. That is a great play.
And Teixeira keeping contact with the bag and stretching out for all he was worth to come up with the throw. So 2 outs, nobody on. And the catcher, Gerald Laird, at the plate, representing the Tigers' last hope. Laird has never had a hit against Mariano Rivera. He is 0 for 4. First pitch, he had a good swing and fouled it back, strike 1. Two to 1, the Yankees lead. 2 outs in the 9th inning, nobody on. Trying to make it 2 straight following the All-Star game. Ball and a strike. Call strike 2.
Perfect delivery, inside corner. This is pitching, folks.
Tigers down to their last strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, you can hear the crowd getting all fired up. Yankee fans on their feet here at the stadium, anticipating the final out of what has been a very good ball game here at Yankee Stadium. The 2-2 pitch off the end of the bat and foul. Justin Verlander was strong through 6 innings. He and CC Sabathia, 2 of the top pitchers in the league, hooked up. A-Rod broke the tie with a leadoff home run in the 7th. Some marquee players doing what they do. That is high and inside, and the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Gerald Laird. Clete Thomas has come out on deck. If he gets a chance, he'll be hitting for Adam Everett. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it is popped up in the air to short center field. Jeter back on the grass. The Yankee captain has it, and the Yankees have won the ball game. save as the Yankees win this one by a score of 2-1. The Yankees have now won the first 2 games of the series. Mariano has saved both of them and now has 25 saves on the year. One of the hitting heroes, Alex Rodriguez, his 18th home run, gave the Yankees the lead in the 7th inning. They went on to score another run. They gave up a run in the 8th, but the Yankees won it 2-1. So a happy crowd of over 46,000 on hand on a beautiful afternoon here at the stadium, and it becomes a little bit more beautiful as the Yankees win this one. Derek Jeter had a 2-for-4 afternoon, and Joe Girardi, 10 years ago, he was the catcher when David Cone pitched a perfect game. Maybe not a perfect game today, but Joe would tell you it's a pretty good afternoon here at Yankee Stadium. Right now, let's go down near the Yankee dugout where Kim Jones has a guest. Kim.
That's right. I'm with the man who broke up this pitcher's duel. Alex, what was it like to finally get a run on the board today?
Well, I mean, these guys threw the ball really well. Cece and Verlander over there threw the ball extremely well, and we knew it was going to take one swing or one mistake to win the game.
Were you sure that one had just enough?
No, I wasn't sure. I hit it well, but I didn't think it had enough. I was very fortunate that the ball went over.
Is it still hard to gauge here if that's going to be a fly ball or a home run?
Well, you never know. The ball does carry well here in right field. I put a good swing on it, and he's throwing 97, 98, so I think he helped me a little bit.
Number 571. Do you spend any time these days, Alex, thinking about these numbers?
No, I mean, all you really try to do, I'm trying to, continue to get stronger and healthier and help the team win, and just glad we came out of the break 2-0.
CC might not have had the prettier outing of the pitchers, but how gritty was he today to get out of those jams?
He was very gritty. I mean, he made big pitches when he had to. He got 2 or 3 big double plays, kept his pitch count down a little bit, and, CC.
Alex, thank you. Enjoy your evening. Kenny.
Thank you very much, Kim. Alex Rodriguez with a big hit today. The Yankees have been getting big hits lately to win some ball games. They win this one 2-1.